What up, everybody? Scuffy here, looking a little disheveled. And today, this is just a recruit video. We're going to be talking about recruit level, I should say, not recruit video necessarily. But the word bearers are in the game, and they've been in the game long enough, and they've seen a few revisions. I wanted to make sure it was safe before I really got into it. I saved a deck slot just for this. We're going to talk about Daemonhost. What is Daemonhost? Primarch Aurelian Lorgar, Lorgar the Aurelian, he's going to be the best one to showcase this and kind of show off what this is. But Daemonhost, as it were, is kind of like Chaos Marks Part 2, or improved Chaos Marks. The difference with Chaos Marks, Taint of Chaos can go to any non-demon troop, whereas let's go into the collection first, so you can so we know what we're talking about here. Whereas Dark Gifts or Daemonhosts can go on any Astartes or infantry, and there are a couple of ways to get them. Some troops get them automatically as Relentless. Some of them get them as we'll see in play. And as you can see, all these purple ones that are zeros are the various demonic Daemonhosts abilities that you can give a unit. And this is covered in Skypoint's spoiler action here, but they can give anything between Ward, Survivor 3, Terror. This happens after all others have been added on. They start getting muscly. They can get Cleave 2. They can get Unstoppable and Flank. But these are all random. You do not see these images when you're playing the game. Instead, you're just going to see Dark Gift, and then you're going to see an effect added to the troop. And we'll see that here shortly to kind of showcase and highlight what they get. And then you basically turn your Marines, Traitor Marines, into Chaos Marines, into Possessed Marines. And you end up getting a Demon Chaos Space Marine hybrid. And there's a lot of things that kind of go with that. So let's do our deck here. We're gonna throw in, like I said, we're gonna throw in as many demony host things as we can do. Now, in order to do that, we do need some infantry. We do need some infantry for a few cards, but here's one that just gives Daemonhost and +1/+0 to a friendly Astartes. So we'll throw that in there. That's not necessary with Lorgar because he creates them, but just the same, these guys here generate Wounded Zealots, and they will be very useful. Gorlin Squad, destroy a friendly infantry and gain Daemonhost twice. So you can see how that ties into the Zegzagle Squad. Nasor is not a Daemonhost guy, although he's a good one to have. These guys gain Daemonhost as a battle honor, so we'll throw those in there too. Why not? Give Daemonhost to your stars? Sure, let's throw that in there too. I just want to maximize the amount of abilities. These guys don't give Daemonhost, but they do produce infantry, which are very useful. No. Yeah. Okay, we'll just throw them in there as filler. Dark Brethren, gain Daemonhost when an enemy dies. This guy gains Daemonhost as a rally. Now, what's interesting to note here, and really quick we'll bring this up, once a unit has gained Daemonhost, they then become a demon. As you see, it becomes a demon in addition to its current category. So Astartes, demon. Astartes, infantry, demon. I don't think you can, there's really no way to give vehicle Daemonhost. So, I mean, there may be at some point down the road, but currently there's not. Although there are vehicles that have demon, which we may or may not see. I don't know. We'll leave that out. That's demons. Demon. These guys are already possessed, but they make for easy enough to kind of highlight the fun thing. Oh yeah, there you go. Throw that guy in. Throw two of those guys in. I love Dark Martyr. I think one of the best commons in this faction. No, don't do anything there. Astartes demon already, and then this guy for kicks, and we gotta give ourselves a few more. Let's just pump out some human shields and more cultist. Why not? Let's just get crazy with it. We're just gonna go up against a game here, a bot, but we'll play it hard just to practice versus AI, so you can kind of see what happens. The thing with Daemonhost, when you're playing it, obviously you kind of want to know what units you're putting in, how you're putting them in there. This will work out for now, and you really want to kind of figure out what's the best combination in your deck to make a Daemonhost work. Lorgar makes it easy because, for one, and this is following some changes that have been made, his ability improved dramatically. Now he can create a dark gift and put it in hand for 1 energy. Before, it used to cost 2 energy, and he would give a gift to a unit, which basically meant that all your units cost 2 energy more if you wanted to play Daemonhost that turn. Whereas now you can bank 3 or 4 dark gifts in your hand, put a unit down, and then either spread the love or put them all on 1 unit and beef them up considerably. I'm going to hold off on putting that human shield down just yet. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do here is do that. Create myself another one, and make it a little bit harder for him to get rid of all of these guys. So now, as you can see, I've got 2, and I think next turn we can start throwing some on here, and you can start seeing how they generate, how rapidly they evolve. Perfect. Excellent. That's all I needed. I just needed 1. So Gorlam is going to gain Daemonhost twice when I destroy a friendly infantry. What's he going to get? This is random. It's hard to tell. There's Daemonhost mark. So he got ward, and he got fast and flank. That's not too bad. Let's give him 1 more. Now he's got cleave 2, which is unfortunate because I really don't want to have to get rid of him. All right, well, that's the downside. I'll do it. You just get rid of him. The thing with that is, with the Daemonhost, is you don't know what you're going to get. You might get something really nice and sticky. Like this guy here. Let's go ahead. Let's make up a smidge more. Now, he's got beef stuff down, but hopefully I've got some stuff in hand to kind of help build things up. We're going to do a little bit of something different. Ooh, he's got that first strike down there. That's just annoying. All right. So he's got terror. You see how he gained the horns there? He gained the horns and he got terror. It's completely random. That's the downside of the Daemonhost. You don't know what you're going to get. You want to maximize the amount that you will get just by what you're drawing, or by the amount of Daemonhost that you've got in hand, or anything to stack on there. We'll go ahead and throw this down here. He's got ward, which makes him a little bit harder. So now he's got terror, but that first strike really makes me sad because he can deal stuff out there. Might be able to make something work there. Now he's got 2 of them. Oof. Well, let's see what we can stack, shall we? This is one of the nicer things, though, about Lorgar is by maximizing. Now I've given him Survivor. There we go. Yes. Now, you can't double stack ward. He gained ward twice. As you can see, he's actually got ward naturally, but he also gained Demonic Eyes. He could gain Cleave 2 again, which would give him Cleave 4. But in this case, double ward is not going to do anything. However, that's going to help. And see, you never know what you're going to get. You might get a flank when you need it. You might get a flank when you don't need it. It really just depends. surprised. He could have won. He could have won that game, but he went for the draw. That's okay. Do I have a front line to stick around for a little bit longer? I think I've kind of showcased what they do. You know, I don't feel bad about it. I would have liked to have gotten a demonic muscles down there just so you could really see them stack up. See, so now he's got cleave 4, cleave 2, and cleave 2. Some units benefit more from demon hosts or rapidly getting demon hosts on there. If you can spread it out across the board, you could have a board full of demon Astartes. We'll do one more just to kind of show it. So you might see all it, because I don't know if we played all the demon hosts. So Terror, Survivor, Ward, Cleave, Flank. I think we did. Is there one I'm missing? Muscles. Muscles would have been it. See if we can get up to a Dark Martyr. Dark Martyr will make it really easy. Oh, Vulcan. This could be a long game, so that's good. That's beneficial for us. Excellent. Okay, we might just make this work, guys. So how do you play against Demon Host, right? Because playing Demon Host is really just a various buff, a random buff. You don't know what you're going to get. You might get something really good. You might get something not so good. Let's give him double. So now he's got cleave 2 and terror, and then I'm going to give him 3. Now he's got ward. So he's got 3 on there. Next turn I can give him 2 more. I'm going to leave that guy out. Bait out his action. Yeah, well, you know, you get what you get. All right, let's do a little bit of this. He's got the flank now, which isn't going to do him any good now that he's got it, but it's just the progression. You know, he's got to have it at some point. I'm going to build him up, and I think next turn I'm going to be able to give him the demonic muscles, and he'll have the full set just in time for that sacrifice to go off. Let's see here. What we got? Now this is obviously just impractical, but you know, not bad. And now with that terror, you know, and the cleave, I can kind of sit back and give a little bit of action. So I'll take it. And this is a bot, so we'll see how long we can abuse that or not. And that's the full set. And as you can see, you get these neat little, you know, mutations on the card itself to kind of designate what it is that it's getting, whether it's the ward, the survivor icon, the cleave icon, you start getting the demonic hooves and whatnot. So that's really kind of interesting. Let's go with, let's just pump up our guy even more, shall we? Yeah. There we go. And every time now he's going to be gaining muscles. Demonic muscles there at the bottom is +4/+4. Next time he'll be a +6/+6. He's got all the abilities that he could possibly have, which is good, because we're going to kind of need it here, I think, against these sticky guys. Although on the plus side, we do have some big beef coming out now. Ooh, do I? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Why not? Just make it nasty. Make it nasty, he says. And then I give him Survivor 1? Oh, it's because it's a bot. Give Survivor to the most worthless. Okay. Oh, bots, you make me laugh. Now, it is possible that I can drop Dark Brethren. He's going to gain 2 Demon Host here. Possibly even 3 on this turn from me killing some stuff. So let's make that happen, shall we? Let's do that. Let's do this. And here's just a different way. You know, one guy gives you the sacrifice, one guy gains stuff while you're killing things. And the other guy, you know, there's another one, I think, that, you know, like I said, I think it gains it as a relentless. This guy here is going to give it to all my Astartes when he attacks. I'm going to put him down next because that just seems like fun. Whew, yeah. Pop this guy out. pop this guy out here. Let's just mark things up. He's already got the beef. He doesn't need the beef, but I do want to pump my big guy up. Give him a free mark. Why not? Give him another one. Now he's got terror. There we go. And that's what the word bearers do. So cycling back, how do you play against it? Now that I've gone into the whole tirade here, how you play it, here's all the various ways to do it. How do you play against it? Depending on the warlord that you're facing, whether it's Argyle, Tal, Lorgar, or Erebus, they all have different ways that they work with their units to give Daemonhost. Now, Lorgar specifically can bank them up in his hand. Argyle Tal relies more specifically on the troops themselves. Erebus to some degree, although what he does differently with the warp spawn is completely original and unique, and he's giving it to one unit specifically and pumping it up at the same time. It's too tempting, guys. It's too tempting. I'm gonna do it. Really what you gotta do is you've got to sick. You've got to get rid of them while you can, or they are going to start stacking up on you. There are some abilities that are not hot to trot. I mean, there are some abilities that are not hot to trot. And that's fine. But then there are, like if you get like the flank when you don't want it necessarily, that's not great. You're not too happy about that. I don't know how crazy I can get this guy buffed. If you get, but cleave or terror, those they're good in late game circumstances, but by themselves, they really aren't. By themselves, they're really not fantastic. The two sticky ones, Ward and Survivor, if your opponent lands those on those units, especially these units that continuously buff, like your Dark Brethren or even the Dark Martyr, you want to find a way to somehow take care of them as quickly as possible, either with flank troops, fast attack troops, or random destruction. Like if you're playing World Eaters, your best bet, honestly, is Conqueror or Sedition's Gate if it's early enough in the game, because that destroys a random card and you can bypass that ward. If you want to gamble with the opponent accumulating Daemonhosts, it's not a good gamble unless you know what you've got in hand. You can counter it. Once they get that ward on there, you've got to take care of it directly. And if it's a big beefier unit that they can start putting Survivor 3 on and muscles and all that other stuff, it makes it very hard. So you've got to take those units out as they are put on the board as threats. Now, to counter that, some of them that we saw require specific combos or troops on board to be able to act with. So another great way to stymie that or stifle that concept is to destroy the units before they offer anything out here. So he puts out 2 wounded zealots. If you have the opportunity, destroy those zealots before he can play a unit following that. Now, granted, late game, he can drop a Zexagol and a Gorlum squad in the same turn, and it's not going to cost him anything. But early game, if he's putting them out there, you might want to consider giving up your go to try to deal with these little puny ones, because those ones are going to feed into a later, larger host. Your bigger threats, your big guys like the Dark Brethren, who can accumulate it very rapidly, don't feed into it. Don't put a bunch of stuff on the board. Or if you've got a bunch of stuff on the board, find a way to dispose of it quickly before they drop their Dark Brethren, and then hit you simultaneously with like a Camille or a informant network, some sort of widespread damage, and buff him up massively. Captain Apostle, you saw what he could do to a board if it's built up. Now, granted, that's much later game and he's a higher cost card, but the effect is very, very huge in terms of, if you're familiar playing the Iron Hands, they snowball much the same way, but in a demonic fashion. And rather than just straight stat buffs, when you've got sticky buffs like Survivor 3, and Ward, and then giving them Cleave, it makes them just so much more of a threat. So you cannot let them get out of control. Hold on to your board wipes. Stun can work if it's like a silent death or if it's just a random effect. But that's really kind of it. Those are your best options. You can jam if they have not gotten the ward out. Jam works wonders. But you are running a risk, and just as they are running the gamble, if they get that ward first thing, you now have a threat. And I'm telling you right now, if you see Ward or Survivor 3 on as the first demonic Daemonhost, rather, I keep saying demonic gift, Daemonhost, you gotta take care of it. You gotta take care of it because it just furthers the longevity of that unit. So that's it for me, guys. It's really brief, but that's how Daemonhost works. That's how you play it. It's very basic, and that's how you play against it. So hopefully you learned something. If you got any questions, feel free to hit me up. It's Word Bears week, really. I'm going to be doing a card by card, hopefully, before this weekend, and then we've got the Warp Chatter coming up. We'll be talking Word Bears in depth. Definitely, I've been playing them in practice, really enjoying the change of pace, I guess. They're not bad. And I do not like the Word Bearers. I do not like Chaos, but they're not bad. And they play differently, and we need some different stuff in the game. And they can snowball really fast. I think that 6-7 energy really is kind of the danger zone for the Word Bearers as a faction. Once they get into that part, they can really start putting things together. So if you don't quite have a firm grip on the board or on health control or health gap distance, you could be in a rougher time depending on what they're drawing. So just kind of keep that in mind. Just a little thought.